Good morning. Just want to show the filtration I have on the tank. Made quite a few changes, but I'm doing it a different way. I know most probably don't set it up this way, I'm pretty sure, but I'm gonna walk you through what I have going on. So in this tank I have 3 canister filters, a Marine Land and 2 600s, and I also I have the trickle filter, but I don't have any media in it. I'm only using it for to polish my water as the water comes out of the tank. My canisters, I don't have any polyfill, no batting in it. It's just mainly biological filtration. I have the foam to catch the big particles, but that's all I have, and it's going through the biological filtration. And what it's doing is basically cycling back into my overflow on this right side. Let me show you that. So as you can see, water is coming in on this side. It's coming from those 3 filters. I just have it running directly into this overflow. And that white PVC pipe is just an additional siphon I have to pull water out of the aquarium. It's like a continual polish of the water. I hate particles, and so I'll I'll overdo it when it comes to that. But I try to pull as much water out of the aquarium as I can. But it basically just flows down through. First, it hits that padding, which is pond filter padding, to catch the bigger particles, and it just flows down through the bio rings into the bottom of the aquarium, and it flows down here. And I have a fan. I'm in Texas, so I use a fan. Don't have any heaters because the pumps keep the water at 80 degrees, so there's no need for a heater. But it basically is coming from the bottom into the pre-filled bucket, onto that sponge, into the tray, and it trickles over the polyester, and then the batting, and then the pumps pump it back up into the aquarium. But the latest change I've made is where it pumps it back in over here. Water's being pumped back in on this side, but I added the K1 back to the aquarium. So it's going in here and it's hitting that K1, and I have basically I have a dual pump for the air, and water's coming in through the PVC pipe. There's actually a couple of them up there pumping back from the sump, but it pumps back into this overflow and then back into the aquarium. So that's really the biggest change, is that I added this K1 back to the tank. I just noticed that my fish were scratching, bumping up against rock and the sand a lot. So I changed the way I filter just to see if it helps, and definitely is a change. I've had the K1 in there for about 3 weeks, and I've changed the filtration to the canisters with just biomedia, and that's been going on for about a month now, and it's working. Works just fine. Keeps the tank clear. I know that they say that the biological filtration, without a mechanical filtration, before it hits that biological, it'll clog that biological filter. But I have not had that issue, mainly because I have the pre-filter foam that it hits before it hits the biological. So it's some mechanical filtration. It's just not the polyfill that I've been using. So that's basically the cycle of my tank. It's still going clockwise. It's just that I'm using the canisters strictly for biological, and I'm using the trickle filter strictly for mechanical. I just switched the way that it flows through. So mechanical is last, but then though the mechanical is last, it still hits the K1 before it enters back into the tank. So that's how it's set up now. If anybody, put this fan back on. If anybody has any input or thoughts on how I have this set up now, feel free to let me know. But that's my tank now, and it stays clear. I'm always doing something different. It's just the fun of the hobby. But everybody have a good day.